My name is Ellen Bennett. I'm the founder of Hedley and Bennett, and I know that everyone was tuning in to see me cook up a storm, but real talk, I am the founder of a company that, as of 3 weeks ago, took over our entire factory, became a face mask factory. We normally make aprons and workwear, and so it has been a wild, wild journey, to say the least. So I'm not going to be cooking with you guys, but what I am going to be doing is talking a little bit about everything I would be cooking in every single day. That's right, real talk, baby. Rolling with the punches. Every day we're at this factory in Los Angeles. I don't know, where is everybody out there from? Where are you guys in the world? I'm in LA. Our factory is in downtown LA. It's 16,000 square feet. It is usually every day we're making thousands and thousands of aprons. And 3 weeks ago, when, coronavirus really hit hard, hi in Atlanta, hi in St. Louis, and Michigan, and Santa Monica, Ohio. Oh my gosh, all over the place. Indiana, New York. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. Okay, it's a national collection. I love it. And yes, I do like to read. So yeah, for everyone just tuning in, I'm the founder and CEO of Hedley and Bennett. We converted our factory into a face mask factory, and we have been producing thousands and thousands of face masks since we did that 3 weeks ago. So we have been just glued to our factory. We haven't left, and I had a whole plan of everything I was going to cook with you guys today, and then the entire day got swept up by the forest fires we're putting out in the building every day as we work arduously to get face masks made for the front line. So the really cool thing about our story and what we've done over the last 3 weeks is, oh my gosh, I love it. Dallas and Vegas and Pittsburgh, Canada. Guys, this is awesome. This is really exciting. So I'm going to show you guys some of our face masks, and I'm also wearing an apron because if I'm not going to cook for you guys, I might as well be wearing an apron. So we took all the different ways that we make our aprons with really high quality fabrics. We use beautiful canvases, and everything's handmade here and very reinforced. They're super durable. And we took all of these features and put them into our masks. So we repurposed our own fabrics from our aprons and workwear, and we created all of these masks. You can get them on our website, and we did it in a buy one, donate one model. So for every mask that you buy, one is donated to a healthcare worker in need, which I think is awesome because it's a community effort, and it's a way for us to really be able to get to the front lines and do it as a community. Right now, I think we're all in this together, right? We are all being affected by COVID-19 in a way that is mind-blowing. And I was very excited to be able to use our own infrastructure to be able to do something. And I do also think it's a responsibility as a business owner that if you can help, you should. And in our case, we could. So this is the face mask. It's a Hedley and Bennett face mask. I don't know if you've ever watched Food Network or Top Chef. My company makes all of those aprons. So every time you see that little ampersand, that's the logo. That's Hedley and Bennett. Look, I even have a label here. Hedley and Bennett. So this face mask, it's super comfortable. We made it out of beautiful fabrics, and you can put it on over your nose, just like that. And we have them in different colors. You can't choose the colors, but you can, you just go online and you get one, just like that. And we're hand making them with really beautiful materials. And there's even a pocket on the inside so that you can put a filter in. See? And then every day you stick the filter in, you wear it, you go out to Life or the grocery store, wherever, and then you come home and you take your filter out and you stick it in the washing machine, and then the next day, if you go out, you use it again. So I have about 3 or 4 face masks, and I just have them in rotation. And this is the new norm. It's a wild time. I don't think I would have ever said a month ago that my company would be making face masks full time, but here we are, and we're doing what we can to help our community. They are not different sizes. They're one size fits most. Sometimes if people have a much larger head or face, what you can do is you can add an additional string to the back, which just extends it and makes it so that it can go around the head. But for the most part, it should fit most people. And it's super important that we all understand that this is something that protects not just you, but the people around you, because the coronavirus is transmitted by like saliva going outward. And when you're wearing this mask, it goes up or down if you cough versus out. So it's very helpful. So anyway, this is what we're doing. So I spent all day at the factory running around, and so I didn't have time to go home to cook with you guys. But I'm going to talk about cooking with you guys too. For kids, you can twist the ties, help them fit better. That's right. Thank you. That's exactly right. So yeah, not different sizes right now. We are working on children's sizes. Those will come out in the next couple weeks. So if you go to hedleyandbennett.com, and you can sign up for our newsletter, and we'll notify you guys on how often it's coming out. Also, if Emma's out there listening, she can put my Instagram handle is at Ellen Marie Bennett, and we are doing daily updates on everything from the front lines. You know, every day my staff comes in, and they're like frontline workers too, right? Because they're taking a risk leaving their homes to come into the factory to make this essential product. So I'm giving everyday updates, and I actually wanted to give you guys a little tour of the factory because I thought that would be fun for you guys to see where all the action is happening. We are not taking volunteers right now, but that's so kind. For the safety of our own staff and each other, we are not allowing visitors at this time or any outside volunteers. Yes, Emma, will you share the link to where you can buy one? It's www.hedleyandbennett.com/mask, and it's called the Wake Up and Fight mask. And with every mask that you get your mask. See? And you go to our website. We have a 2 to 3 week wait right now, which is actually pretty fast considering we're shipping thousands and making thousands a day. It gives you a little guide on how to use it. We worked with a very amazing doctor here in LA to develop this mask, and it comes with a little cutout. So there you go. Anyway, so that's the mask. I wanted to just explain to you guys who I am, what kind of a business owner I am. But now let's get to the serious stuff. Let's talk cooking. That was why I wanted to jump on here. Hello Sunshine was so kind to ask me to cook with you guys. I used to cook professionally. Before I started Hedley and Bennett, I worked at a restaurant called, I know, it is backwards. Thank you, Team Firestick. I used to work at a restaurant called Providence in LA, and I love cooking so much. So right now, I've been cooking all kinds of crazy things. Do you guys have anything that you've been making at home that's like your favorite quarantine food? I think on my end, my favorite current quarantine food is a combination of 3 things: pasta, soups and stews, and sandwiches, and peanut butter. I guess that's not a food. Oh, well, it's a food, but it's not a dish. What are your guys' favorite quarantine foods? I want to know. I'm reading the comments. Ooh, broccoli pizza. Interesting. Okay, so one of my favorite things to do when I don't have a ton of time and I'm racing home is it takes about 30 to 40 minutes. I will get one of my Dutch ovens out, a big giant pot, and I will put some protein in, right? Usually chicken. I'll have like chicken in the freezer or in the refrigerator, chicken bone in. I'll throw it in there, and I'll scrounge in my fridge for what other veggies I have. If I have fennel, if you have onions, if you have a garlic head, you know, like how garlics come in a bulb like that, I will take the entire bulb, cut it in half, and throw it in. I don't even peel it. I put the entire thing into my pot of soup. So, if you missed it, protein, an entire garlic bulb, a whole onion. Sometimes if I'm in a real rush, I don't even peel the onion. I would just cut it in half and throw it in, and in like 45 minutes, it just becomes this like delicious, stewy, wonderful mess. Bay leaves. I'll put, if you have rosemary outside or in your garden or in your neighbor's garden, throw a sprig of rosemary in, or thyme, any dried herbs, you can also throw it in. So I like garlic, onion. If I have any celery, I'll also throw it in. You guys know mirepoix, so celery, onion, carrot. I'll throw all of those in. But if I have any straggler vegetables, soups are the best place to like resuscitate them. Make them come alive. If your carrots are starting to look a little bit wilty, you can chop them up, throw them in, and they're just good to go. And then I love to do a side of rice. You can do brown rice or white rice, and I think, oh, naughty nachos. Ooh, yes. Can I just say nachos are incredible? I completely agree. All right, where were we with the stew or soup? So you put all those different things in. Don't be shy with the salt. Lots of salt is great. Olive oil. I like to put a nice glug of olive oil too. And then sometimes I'll even I'm half Mexican, half English. So if I'm feeling like I want to wash the additional dishes, I will take 1 whole tomato, a little bit of onion, and a garlic, and some water or chicken stock. And I'll throw that in the blender and pour that on top. And it makes it a little bit more Mexican. That's how my grandma used to make our Mexican chicken soup. So again, I just take a tomato, garlic, and a little bit of onion, and I put it in with some water or chicken stock in the blender, and then I pour that into my soup. So you do all that, and the nice thing about it, it's like one pot, one and done. You throw it all in, salt, pepper, your different veggies. I would probably, if you do it the Mexican way, take the rosemary out. You don't need the rosemary. Add some bay leaves, and honestly, it's super delicious. And whatever random vegetables you have in your refrigerator, like, no judgments, guys. We're in quarantine right now. Supplies are limited. You have to make it work with what you've got, and that's what you got to do. You go in there and just pretend you're in an episode of Chopped. You're just inventing and creating and making magic happen. All right, I see some other good ones. Ratatouille. Pot roast. Yes, I mean, pot roasts are the best. Here's another quarantine trick that I do. I always have a ton of vegetables in my refrigerator, and I like to take my veggie. I like to take things like my herbs, like cilantro and parsley, etc., and just pretend this is a glass cup, okay? And I'll put some water in it, and I'll stick my herbs in there and stick it in the fridge. And it makes them last much longer. And if you want to make it last even longer, you can put a little plastic Ziploc bag on top. And it makes my cilantro it just lasts at least a week, which is really amazing. How can I make the best use of what's in my pantry right now? Well, give me some ingredients that you guys have in your pantry, and I will tell you some ways that you can cook stuff with that. Like, another dish I love to make when I'm running home and I'm starving is quick pasta, right? So in the time that I'm making my pasta, in the time that I'm putting a pot of water on, throwing in some salt, and waiting for that water to boil, I get another pot or a pan, right? This is so easy. Like, I can't even wrap my head around how easy it is. I hope you guys are taking notes, because this is like best trick ever. And you just need to get a couple essentials, and then you're off to the races. So it's pasta with like homemade tomato sauce, but delicious, juicy, umami-filled magic. So you get your pot of water, throw some salt in, put it off on one burner. Okay, then you move to your other burner, and you get your pan. You take 1 bulb of garlic, right? The entire garlic. I know it sounds crazy, but just trust me. You take your entire bulb of garlic, cut it this way, okay? Horizontal. Not if the top is like that, you cut it not that way, this way. Okay. That's a little confusing, but you get what I'm saying. Do I need to draw a garlic out for you guys? I feel like I do. All right, let me take something off of my desk, and I'm going to draw a garlic for you guys. So you want to take the garlic, like so. I'm drawing a garlic for you guys. Excuse my drawing. Here's your garlic. You want to cut it this way, okay? So you're going to put a bunch of olive oil in the pan. I'm talking like a 1/4 cup. Do not be shy with your olive oil. Tons of olive oil. You take your garlic, slice it in half horizontally, and you take, once the oil starts to like bubble a little bit, or you take your garlic and you put it down, okay? So your garlic is in. Then I take crushed red pepper, just a touch, maybe like a 1/4 teaspoon, throw that in. Then I take either rosemary or oregano or like an herb that I might have at my house that's like fresh, and I'll throw that in. Then I'll do a little bit of salt. And then okay, so I've got my garlic, my this, my that. Okay, if you have anchovies, I know, anchovies, you're like, ew, I don't know. anchovies are one of these magical umami makers that you don't even taste. It just makes food taste better. Kind of like when you go to a restaurant and you're like, how does this taste so good? This has so much depth. That's umami, okay? I just saw someone say no. I know, Liz, I know. But trust me, just like try it once. If you don't like it, it's all good. If you don't like anchovies and you don't have them, I just have a little glass jar in my fridge that's anchovies in olive oil, and I just scoop a little bit out, maybe like half a teaspoon. Just try it. I promise, Liz. Just try. Don't question it before you try it. We cannot prejudge a book, right? Isn't that what Reese would always say? You have to like read the book. So throw a little bit of anchovies in. So you've got your olive oil going. Good. I'm glad I tempted you. Okay, so you've got your olive oil going. You've got your garlic in there. You've got your crushed red pepper and your salt. And now your anchovies. And you just give it a little stir. See how this is like virtual cooking? So then you're giving it a stir, and then you have a large can of San Marzano tomatoes. Everybody can get those. They're super affordable. You can have them in your fridge, in your pantry at all times. And honestly, it is so much more delicious than buying a jar of pasta sauce. Like, for Pete's sake, yes, and at love, you're absolutely right. Fish sauce is another really good substitute or similar thing that you can add. So if you don't have anchovies, you can do fish sauce. Okay, back to the tomatoes. So you get your 1 can of San Marzano tomatoes, like the kind that's fat, a big one. So you get your can of San Marzano tomatoes, open it. So here's the thing. You can use fresh tomatoes, but honestly, it doesn't taste nearly the same. It doesn't have that same consistency. And canned San Marzano tomatoes, the flavor is so much sweeter and like bright. I don't even know how to explain it to you. Like, you just have to go and buy this. And they're available at pretty much every grocery store. And again, super affordable. So get a can of San Marzano tomatoes. That's my preference. If you have a couple fresh tomatoes in the fridge, you can add to it. You can add it in. But honestly, stick to the can. Okay, so you take that. By now, it's been like 3 or 4 minutes. You dump it in. And you can also, because sometimes they sell them like whole tomatoes in there, grab it with your fingers, make sure your hands are clean, and just smash it up with your fingers so all the bits and bots are smashed up. So your tomatoes are in with your olive oil, your salt, your anchovies, and also your crushed red pepper and your garlic. And this is the amazing thing about the garlic. And for everyone tuning in, they're like, who's this lady that's so excited about pasta? My name's Ellen Bennett. I'm the founder of Hedley and Bennett. You guys can go follow us on Instagram or follow me at Ellen Marie Bennett. And I was telling everybody that 3 weeks ago, my apron factory in LA converted itself into a face mask factory so that we could help people in the front lines. So normally we make these aprons. Right now we're making these face masks. That's who we are, in case you're just tuning in. All right, back to our pasta. So, your garlic that's been sitting in here, right, with all of your magical sauces, is now so awesome. I mean, I can't wait for you guys to do this at home because your mind is going to be blown. My mind was blown. That little garlic pouch, like, the top that's like that, it starts to, you can grab it and squeeze out all the garlics. They start to pop out. You don't have to peel them. You don't have to go through all that trouble, which I find so annoying. And who's got time for that in the middle of a pandemic? Nobody. So you start squeezing it out and they all pop out. And then, just to make the magic even more special, it turns into garlic paste. You just smash it in to all the tomatoes in there. And then I take a little chicken stock, pour that in, and maybe like cook it for 3 or 4 minutes more. So I'm talking about 8 to 10 minutes max. Your pasta water is just about done, and your sauce is almost ready. And it's more economical, more delicious, and more amazing. And if you're lucky and you have basil, awesome. Throw that in, but you don't even have to do basil. It's that simple. Salt and taste it as you go. The amazing thing about restaurants is they taste as they go, and they add layers and layers of flavor. It's not one and done. You don't just salt it once and walk away. You have to adjust and edit and fix and make it better and better. You might put a little bit of salt and then you taste it and you're like, you know what? This is a little acidic because of the tomatoes. A way to balance the acidity in it is to get a little sugar. I like to use brown sugar just because it has that like caramelly flavor, and you throw a touch of brown sugar in and it makes it a little bit less like You know, when you take tomatoes, they're just like, they're a little acidic. So I would suggest a touch of brown sugar, and that's all. Now, here's my last little trick. This is kind of like fat kid pasta, like I'm a little girl, I'm a little kid coming home at night and I'm starving, but really I'm a grown woman. I take my noodles out of my pasta water and I like to toss them in butter, salt, and pepper, almost like a cacio pepe, okay? Which is just like a pasta when you put you put salt, pepper, and Parmesan cheese. So I mix that on the side, and then I combine it into my pasta. Because I don't like to eat naked noodles. Noodles that have nothing on them is what I call a naked noodle. So if you don't want to have a naked noodle, do that. You put butter, salt, pepper, and a little bit of Parmesan cheese on it, and then, boom, combine it with your magical tomato sauce that you just made in 10 minutes because you are a boss. So that is like the recipe that is my secret killer. It's like, it is the best. It's delicious. Everybody loves it. Nobody's going to complain. It's vegetarian too. Boom. Extra double awesome. And it's stuff that really everybody has at home. And then if you have Parmesan cheese, put Parmesan cheese on top. Also, you can buy a chunk of Parmigiano Reggiano and just have that live in your refrigerator. I go to Costco and I just get that big giant chunk that they have. And you just have that. That will last you weeks. And you don't have to get the not so great Parmesan cheese from the everyday grocery store. Just get that one at Costco if you can, but also the grocery store has good Parmesan cheese. So there you have it. That is how you make, oh, you're so welcome. Yes, and try the anchovies. Liz, I'm counting on you to try those anchovies, girl. I know you can do it. And you can elaborate and mix up. The beauty of cooking is that everyone can cook, right? Like Ratatouille says, anybody can cook. And if you're at home and you want to cook, I'm going to stand up and show you guys my apron. This is a Hedley and Bennett apron, and just some fun details to note about it. It has a little ampersand. We outfit all the chefs on Food Network and Top Chef. We outfit the entire show. I'm the founder of the company, and I used to be a chef, which is why I created this company, because I wanted a uniform that was better. So you guys can go onto our website, hedleyandbennett.com, to get your own apron at home and cook up a storm, just like I just virtually explained to you, while you're wearing your apron. And just as a fun detail, this is for your cell phone, this is for a pen, and every single corner is reinforced, and they're made with beautiful fabric right here in LA. And when you are cooking in the kitchen, something to note about cooking, I always like to throw an apron on because it makes me feel and look the part. If you're in your living room all day and then you go into your kitchen, it's like, now you are a professional. You are going to cook. It's like you're putting on your doctor's uniform, but of the kitchen. And I always like to tie my apron on like this, because I like to take a towel and tuck it in on the side, and then I wipe my hands on the side, not on the apron. I repeat, you are not allowed to wipe your hands on an apron. This is very important. No wiping your hands on an apron. In a professional kitchen, you would be kicked out of that kitchen if you were wiping your hands on an apron. So you gotta tuck your towel through on the side and wipe your hands there, and then you take it out. Saute your dishes, move your plates, move your pasta, and then put your towel back in here so you don't lose it, and then get back to work. So, what did everybody learn? That's what I'm saying, Kindness Warrior. Am I right or am I right? No wiping your hands on your apron, especially not a Hedley and Bennett apron. Come on, this is too legit to do that. So you put it here, cell phone, pen. You guys can go to hedleyandbennett.com. And if my social media team is on there, if you guys can throw up a discount code for everyone watching, I would love to give everybody 20% off. Everybody that's watching us right now on Hedley, go to hedleyandbennett.com. And Aviv, if you're out there, get it. Can you guys hang in there for a second? I'm going to have Aviv throw up a discount code, or Emma. Coordinate with Aviv. Yes, any code. All right. If my team is watching, which they should be watching, I would love to have you guys be on the apron squad. That's what it means to wear Hedley and Bennett aprons. We very proudly just started outfitting all of Top Chef, the entire show, most of the shows on Food Network as well, and we outfit thousands and thousands of incredible chefs online. Oh, there's the discount code. Use code, thank you, Aviv, Hello Sunshine, exclamation mark. Is it with an exclamation mark or without an exclamation mark? Okay, no exclamation mark. All right, you guys heard it. The code is Hello Sunshine. Go on to Hedley and Bennett, get an apron, and I want you guys to take a picture and tag me in it at Ellen Marie Bennett. Can you guys throw my name up there too, and Hedley and Bennett? Tag us at Hedley and Bennett and at Ellen Marie Bennett. And if you guys want to get a face mask, you can get one too. Our aprons are not on back order, but our masks are taking a couple weeks to ship. So you can get an apron. Hi! So you can get an apron and a face mask and help somebody on the front lines. For every mask we're selling, we're donating one to the front lines. You guys have a lot of homework. I'm just saying, I'm exhausted. Are you exhausted? You are going to go home and you're going to make pasta. Liz is going to start using anchovies. Everybody's going to get an apron. You're also going to get face masks. My job here is done, guys. I got to go back to work at the factory, but you guys are awesome. Thanks for being here with me. Get on Instagram and follow me at Ellen Marie Bennett. Yay, I'm so happy to hear you got 2 masks. And follow Hedley and Bennett, female-founded, awesome workwear. That's the jam. Thank you, Deborah, for ordering 3. Factory tour. Oh, that's right. Gosh, you guys are really keeping me on track. All right, before I shut this off, I'm going to go give you guys a tour. Do you guys want a tour? I'm listening. Tour? Yes? Okay, all right. I'm going to take that as a yes. So I do it by color. It's like blue, green, yellow, red, lots of fun stuff. And I incorporate everything from fun aprons to different logos I love, different textures, lots of fun materials, confetti, you name it. It's on my wall. Okay, now we're going out to the factory. Here we go. So this is in Los Angeles. Okay, this is our factory floor. We have finished our shift for the night, but see, it's in LA, so we've got flags everywhere. These are our sewing machines. We just finished our day for today. They're cutting fabrics. Over here, this is how fabrics are cut, and this is what manufacturing looks like. So fabric is laid out in using these big sort of rolling machines. And over here, all these stacks, this is fabric, right? And this is called a marker. And this is all of our different face masks. See, it says face mask. That's how materials get cut. See this guy, he's cutting over here? That is what we use to cut stacks of fabric. So you can see all of these are different stacks of materials of our face masks that we're producing here in Los Angeles. In case you're tuning in just right now, I'm giving a tour of the factory. I should be wearing my face mask. I will go get it in a second. Okay, turning this around, this is the front of our factory. We have a tree house in the factory. For anyone tuning in, you can get it at hedleyandbennett.com/mask. Wait, I'm just writing this out for you guys. /mask. Okay, I just posted it. This is our tree house. We have a zip line at the tree house, coming out of the tree house. And then this is normally our kitchen at the factory. But right now we're using it to ship more masks because our distribution center is overwhelmed with so many orders that we ended up turning our entire showroom into an additional shipping department. So here are a bunch of the masks waiting to be shipped. As you can see, we have lots of different colors. This is a really fun one. It has our little ampersand on there. That's a beautiful one. We have some gray ones and blue ones. So many different colors. Here's a bunch of boxes waiting to get shipped. Our masks are called Wake Up and Fight. And that's because every day we all have to get up and wake up and fight right now. This is normally our showroom. More fabrics waiting to get cut. And these are all of our aprons. So you can see them. These are smocks. I love these. Different colored aprons. See, we have so many colors, and we use the most beautiful fabric. So they don't just look good, they are super freaking durable. You've got kids aprons too. You can find those on hedleyandbennett.com. We have little ones. We've got me over here. I still have my pretend towel, which, by the way, is just a napkin because, let's be real, we're being scrappy here. We have different cool coats, and we even made a shoe with Vans. That's pretty awesome. See? Super fun. They are work shoes. And so there you go. There you have it. This is our factory, and we have a slide and a tree house. So when COVID-19 ends, just so everybody knows, we do tours in our factory here in LA, so you can reach out to us and come get a tour. So there you go, a little mini tour. Follow me on hedleyandbennett.com. I mean, on Hedley and Bennett, and my personal one is Ellen Marie Bennett. Thank you, Hello Sunshine, for letting me take over and go rogue. You can get the shoes. They're sold out right now, but you can get those shoes at hedleyandbennett.com as well. If you guys missed it, Hello Sunshine is the discount code for Hedley and Bennett. So you can go to our website and get 20% off anything on our site. Enjoy. Have a wonderful day. I'm tuning off now. Follow me on the gram, and I'll see you guys around. Thank you again, Hello Sunshine, for letting me take over and for celebrating so many female founders out there. And Reese, wherever you are, girl, keep kicking ass. You're amazing. All right, thanks, guys.